All right, welcome to this program of ours, and we are in the part of the business taxi. This is my YouTube channel. My name is Kenyan Simon. I go back by different alias Crank Luga and alias Zinen. This is my personal channel for my personal opinions, but I have 3 channels. I have 4 channels. I have one for technology, that is ICT. I have one for children's cartoons. It's called Abchada, ABCHD, Abchada D. I also have one for music because I know I do music production. So today we're going to be talking about the Kenyan protest that happened for quite a while, for 2 to 3 weeks. But 2 weeks, the 2 weeks were intense, to be exact. I'm going to be using English mostly because now this would be good for some of my Kenyan brothers and sisters. Before we start this video, is sponsored by Sundus Exchange. Sundus Exchange, and they have been doing foreign exchange here in Uganda for a long time. They have branches in Kenya, Tanzania, they have in Somalia, Abu Dhabi, almost everywhere in the world. But now what is special is, when you want to send money back to Africa, all you need to know is the number of the person you want to send to. In Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Eritrea, Somalia, Rwanda, and the names of the person you want to send to. We do Safaricom, Airtel, MTN, you know. Then we also have in Pakistan, now I don't know the telecoms in Pakistan, but there is an application called Payc. As you see the numbers on screen, for example, those in Uganda, you can send a direct message. Still, even if you're in Kenya, Tanzania, or anywhere in East Africa, you can send a message on those numbers, and then you'll be able to get help or connections to how this whole thing works. So all you need to know is the number of the person you're sending to and the names, then you press send. Gone are the days when you used to move with big documents just because you wanted to collect money. All right, so I'll talk about AFIFAM later. So my brothers and sisters in Kenya are going into a very intense economic depression in the next 1 to 2 years. Actually, this financial year. You mark my words. If they don't come back to riot, because even on social media, the comedian, I've forgotten his name, started striking sometime back last year, and he was being taken to prison. And this is it now. Tugezeko Chitegeira. Kenyans have 6-lane dual carriers. 6-lane carriers, I'm mixing it. 6-lane carriers in roads. And left and right, to and fro. Moving interstate. They have interstate carriers. Kenyans have an improved radar system. Some of them, the rest that they don't publish, I don't know, because I see what I see on social media. How they are proud of their improvement of the infrastructure. Here in Uganda, Turino Buzibu, we have dual carriers that are even costly, and we pay to use them. The Kenyans, theirs are free. They don't have toll booths. Wanotusasulira enguudo zikozesa kyokka nga zitwala emmotoka bbiri. Now, how does it affect the Kenyans? Here in Uganda, well, people say we are weak, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do that. The embezzlement and whatsoever, but the suppression here is high. People here shoot live bullets. Kenyans had a peaceful demonstration until they went to the parliament and the state house. That's now when live bullets started. Now, one, I'm going to first blame the government of Kenya for imposing high taxes on very small things that the poor or the normal person consumes as part of their daily life. Omanyi tulina obulamu bw'ogamba nti kasitandya kino ng'obulunaku lugenda. If I get this, I will be done with my day. That is bread, one. That is sanitary pads for today's person. Diapers, I don't know that side. You get it. But those today, day-to-day things, they're already consuming income tax, import duty, and whatsoever. So these day-to-day things, you pushing harder, you milking that last person to be paying such taxes. That's why I blame the government. On the other hand, I also blame the protesters. It is their right to protest, well and good. But now if you have 6-lane dual carriers, why do I keep calling them dog? If you have 6-lane carriers on dual sides, the other side, left coming, incoming traffic and ongoing traffic, you have a state-of-the-art train. I will call it midway because it's not an electric train, but it's fast. And all these were from loans. How do you guys think you're going to pay them back? How do you guys think you're going to pay them back? That is the question you should ask yourself. You know, should they increase revenue on indirect revenue and they don't put it on, okay, on bread, on sanitary pads and whatsoever? Because here we are paying for a road at the toll booth and we're supposed to pay for the next 20 years and so. They said 14 years, but even after the 14 years, that will be paid to the loan of the Chinese constructors or contractors. The government will start taking revenue from the road. Of course, we have corruption, that is okay. No, it's not okay. But we have corruption, we can't fight it. People will eat that money. That's something that is foreseen and the activity not done. But it's the users of the roads that are paying that money. It is the users of the roads that are paying that money. Now, my brothers and sisters in Kenya, the 6-lane, you have beautiful roads than in Uganda. You have beautiful city roads than in Uganda. How are you going to pay back that money? And that is why all MPs were trying to agree, because they agreed that they took the loans and they needed to pay back in a way that does not put the whole economy on the knees. In a way that does not put the whole economy on the knees. So they try to correct the revenue. Of course, they say the government people are embezzling, but I'm not sure because I'm not there. So that, of course, I know people will be abusing and putting comments. But ask yourself that question. You have state-of-the-art items. But for us here, we're paying taxes and we don't even reach the state-of-the-art. We are in promises. They keep promising new roads. This time I'm going to make better roads. Next time I'm going to make better roads. We are bringing a train. We have never gotten a state-of-the-art train. It has been promised for the last 15 years. They even launched one that is going to go across East Africa. The presidents were here. But Nothing has commenced so far. So, my brothers and sisters in Kenya, the next financial years are going to be hard for you. I just pray that you won't be back again, because what I'm saying, you'll be back, because these guys need to look for a way of making sure they finance the loans. You're going to be back on the streets, because what these guys are going to do, they are not going to release the money back into your economic system so that they be able to pay the other loan or the loans. They won't have a source. So you guys may go into an economic depression where now things will become high, non-taxed, but not available. Or they are going to hike the money onto the industries, the production. They are going to increase the money onto the production. And that will cause problems, because it will be indirect, very indirect. So which means bread will have to rise by itself, the diapers will have to rise by themselves, because they will be rare and hard to produce on the market. And that is where Kenya is going. Back here in Uganda, things of course are not good. We are facing the high taxes. The economy already failed years back. Each year and each year it is failing. Plus the embezzlement and corruption. You know, there is a lot of embezzlement of funds. And then people feel happy that they are embezzling the funds, and they go to those rural people and they give them $2, $2 to $3, and they say, you keep quiet, we're embezzling for you. That is the challenge we have. But we have potholes, very many in the city. We have roads we are paying for, even the others that they are paying for. And one politician came and said, our culture also is not a culture that encourages strikes. So, protesting from Uganda will be hard. Then we have one big challenge here in Uganda. Protesters here are handled well with live bullets. Protesters here are handled well with live bullets. So, the freedom the Kenyans have to strike for over 3 or protest for over 3 weeks, here within 1 day, you lost 6 people. Within one day, last time we lost over 150 people. Over 150 people, and the government only recognized 52. But that was 1 day, and around the whole country. So, that is my opinion for today. Feel free to comment, advise. You know, I've been to Nairobi once, and that is about 2016, so I may not know what is new here today. But certain things, some of the things are called obvious, such as the pickpocketers in Nairobi. But that's not my topic for today. Now, one other thing I'd forgotten. The protest is losing. One, they won the battle. Their cause was answered successfully. Now, the challenge is, out of these strikes, out of these protests, there came the issue of people who were looting. That's where now it lost meaning. And when they attacked the State House and the Parliament, everything crashed. But now, those that are still striking because they want to put off William Ruto or make him resign. That is now where the cause loses meaning, because now that will be looked at as the opposition of William Ruto. Those who didn't vote for him, those who didn't believe in him, are the ones now coming to protest. The first was the cause which was answered, but now the new protest is losing meaning. Overthrowing an African president here with the strikes is not easy. It is not called for here. It stopped with the Arabian wave. You know? It stopped with the Arabian wave. So, my brothers and sisters in Kenya, we're very sorry, of course, for what happened. But battles have such incidences. So as I'm ending this program, I want to remind you of AfriFarm, Affiliate Farmer. AfriFarm, this is a system designed and dedicated for poultry farmers and poultry farmers only. You keep track of your input and output, and then the system will give you your profits. You can record the food, the water, the immunization, the extra amount you put in for transport, the stock, and then the sales from eggs and the sales from chicken meat. And then you'll be able to track how far you are on the system on broilers, croilers, layers, ducks, which other item they have there. You know, and the broilers on the system, they have 2 seasons. So remember, in broiler farming, one season starts, you start another season as the other one is commencing. It's a cycle. Every week or every after 2 weeks, you may be starting a new generation of chicken that will be sold after 2 months. Okay, so it will, meaning every after a week or 2 weeks, you're putting an output. So croilers have 2 seasons. I think the owners of the system may improve, and then you only pay $3 per month. So if you have, and you have the ability up to 2,000 birds. So those of you in Africa and Europe, go on to this AfriFarm, subscribe. Yep. And that's it for AfriFarm and Sundu's Exchange, the proud sponsor of our videos. Alright, so let's meet in another video. Ciao.